So tonight, in preparation for my Central PA Father's Day fly fishing trip, um, I'm taking the initiative by preparing every single night versus procrastinating and doing all of it in one night, and I'll be super tired. I'm doing a little bit each night, so it's spread out over time versus compiled into one evening. So tonight, I am preparing my gear for the trip, which is in about 22 days. And tonight I'm prepping my footwear for the trip. This is my Chota wading boots. Pretty important part of my gear. They're felt soles, which the felt aids in traction. And in addition to the felt sole, the boot has studs. Now, as you can see, some of the studs are worn out, which I'll zoom in here. You can see some of that, and some where I've replaced these new studs. Now, I may go through and do all of these. I have plenty of time where I may do all of them. But the reason I have to do that is because here's my other boot, other one. Sometimes, over time, if you get in mucky terrain, the screw may pull out entirely, which these are blank. So I want to maximize the amount of traction I have. So you need to stay on top of your gear and maintain it. So these are also empty. So the process I have to do is before I go about applying new screws, I do a complete wash down. My boots are still a little damp from last night, but I took my boots last night downstairs in my slop sink and I took very, very hot water to them. I did a complete rinse down, got all the muck off them, all the debris off them, and they're pretty clean right now. So tonight, I'm now applying the studs, and what I'm using for my studs is a product called Cold Cutters. Cold Cutters is are specific screws used for dirt bike ice racing. So any dirt bikers out there that like to race bikes, but race bikes in the wintertime when there's ice out, they put these Cold Cutter screws into their bike tires and they haven't bottled them. There's cool videos out on YouTube. Check out Dirt Road Life, Chris Collins, on his pond with mini bikes. Those guys are using Cold Cutters. So anyway, you can buy a bag of these Cold Cutters off Amazon for like 25 bucks. I have enough to last me a lifetime. Very simple. Take these, they're hardened screws. Don't use anything else but these. Anything else is soft and will wear out over time. These will last a lot longer. So you clean your boot. You take some standard super glue. Apply the super glue to the hole, then screw in your screw. Take screw, put it in the hole, standard screwdriver, you're done. You're done, it's that simple. And then you'll have a brand new sole with these super hardened Cold Cutter screws, and they bite like no other. Now, they will come out. You may walk into some mud, some silt. They will pull out, but some will stay in. Even the ones that stay in, they will wear out over time. But my advice is just to stay on top of it. You know, nothing puts a damper on a trip where you're out slipping, sliding around. You can't focus on the task of fishing because you're worried about freaking duffing it in the stream. That's no fun. I've had a couple instances like that prior to having these boots, and that was not fun. So this is part of my preparation for the trip. I hope it helped you and gave you some insight, and it can extend the life of your gear because these boots are expensive. I mean, these pair of boots I think was 150 bucks. So anything you can do to extend the life of your gear, you need to properly maintain it, take proper care of your things, and this is one of those things that I found has helped me extend the life of my boots. Now, there's some areas in the country that don't allow felt soles at all. Montana being one of them. So hopefully I'm going to Montana next year, and I'm likely going to need a new pair of boots. It's pretty much time. I've milked these as long as I can, but in the area where I'm going, it does allow, for my Father's Day trip, it does allow felt wading boots, and I'm going to leverage what I have. Boots fine, still comfortable as all get out, but you need to stay on top of the traction. It's like changing your tires or rotating your tires. You gotta stay on top of it. So that's tonight's preparation for the trip along the lines of footwear, gear, and stay tuned. I'll be doing more of these as I prepare for the trip.